She's so lovely. I call her my sister wife. I helped her get a job at KTLA. She's also a news anchor. Sometimes I feel like my daughter likes her stepmom more. Just keep it simple. Like, your main goal is to like feed them, clothe them, get them to school, keep them alive, send them on their way.
Okay, welcome to Divorce Friends. We are here with Courtney Friel, who is a news anchor, friend, and part of the D Club.
Thanks for having me on the D Club.
Which I'm loving that new name.
I know. Courtney just came up with it. Yeah. I love it. The D Club.
Start moving forward with
I
the
think
D Club.
so. I think so.
Well,
it's great.
The older we get, the more you run across people who are in the D Club.
And
it's okay if you are.
That is a good message, because I think that's what we're trying to like tell people here.
That's what we've been talking about from the beginning.
There's a lot of stigma, for sure.
Okay, so I think Courtney has a great story, and I think what we want to share here today is that she has like what we call the love story divorce.
Yes, I have called it that, the love story divorce, because most divorces you hear about are horrific and there's all this resentment, and I really have the best case scenario. And
that's amazing.
Both my ex-husband and I are remarried. Our two kids from my first marriage hit the step-parent jackpot. The six of us, so I have two kids, and we have my husband and ex-husband and his wife. So the six of us, for the past 6 Christmases, we spend the morning together and wear matching pajamas.
I've seen you guys.
I just came back from Hawaii, where I hung out with my ex-mother and aunt-in-law the entire time with my new husband, and they love him as well. So it doesn't have to be a tragic ending. And I was talking with my ex-mother-in-law, like, that's so sad. I knew her for 12 years. If all of a sudden, just because that relationship ended, that I wouldn't get to see her. And plus, my kids need to see their grandmother too.
Now, I have a question though. Was it always like this? Like from the beginning? Or was it?
It was.
It was obviously an amicable.
It's been.
Divorce or an amicable.
Well, no, I did initiate it, and I guess I was a little fearful of what could have happened, but God was totally on my side and saw me through it. And in 12 years we've been split up, we've only had 2 arguments, and that was
that's amazing.
I will say though that kind of a trend I've noticed that makes us stand apart from most people is that there was no money that was ever there was no spousal support or alimony, and there was no child support.
Oh, why?
So, well, just because I had a career and he had a career. We're both news anchors and made like around the same amount of money. And so we just split everything, and he writes off cash on his taxes. I write off Cameron on my taxes. Would it have been different if I was like funding his life for something? And I'm sure he would have felt more resentment if he was funding my life. So I do point that out. But the whole point too is like, you're doing it for the kids. Like, get along for them.
Absolutely.
And they have 4 parents who love them and like 10 grandparents, and they're so spoiled.
That's amazing. So just go back for a second. How many years were you married?
9.5. We were together for 12.
Okay.
I met my ex when I was 22.
That's young.
I had such a crush on him. He was a news reporter, and then I was his intern, and we both were working professionally in the news business the whole time. So we had a lot of things in common. But I also we partied a lot. And then I got sober in 2009. So I was 16 years sober.
So you were married when you got sober?
Yes.
Okay.
We partied like a lot.
Okay.
Which I don't go into too much on that because he works publicly. I mean, like... And it's so long ago now. It's just like we grew apart from being 22. And then I think I had 5 years sober when we split up, and he accepted it, and we just decided to put the kids first. And then he met his ex-wife like 6 months later. You know, men always move on.
They do.
Faster.
How was that? Was that
like, so she is like, so no, she's so lovely. I call her my sister wife. I helped her get a job at KTLA. She's also a news
Wow.
anchor. And we have anchored 4 newscasts together. And people at work thought that was weird.
I can actually vouch for all of this because I went to your
such
fun yoga, rooftop yoga.
Yes, and they were there.
And it was like just amazing and fun, and everyone just had a great time. And I could tell the bond that you all had. It's really cool to see.
I always say, like, you catch more flies with honey. Like, why would you want to be in a toxic relationship where, because like things come up, especially in news, like if there's breaking news or I if I need an extra day on a trip or something, we have to help each other out. And if you're exchanging kids through a court or something like that, that person is not gonna want to help you out in any way.
Right. So also you're setting an example for your children. I mean, I'm also similar in a good place with my ex-husband, and it makes the kids so much happier to see their parents getting along.
It does. There's no pressure on them. And less pressure, I guess, on them, when they could see that can work.
I think the biggest issue with my kids is they don't like going back and forth. So we had like a 3-3-4, 2-2-5 custody situation.
That is hard.
When last year or the year before, we decided to go week to week, which I don't like having to not see them for that long. And I can obviously see them by like going to their basketball games, or that's the thing. Anytime if I was like, hey, I want to go out to dinner, I want to take you shopping, or I'll take you to this appointment, that's fine.
I think
but it's easier to bring their stuff back and forth, not through school.
And it's also easier on them.
I think,
and that's what they wanted. And so I said, okay.
I think the younger they are, it's easier to keep like that 2-2-5 schedule, whatever it is. But I remember my son also asked, like, as he got older and, in high school years, was like, can we do week to week? And, I was okay with it. My ex wasn't. So I guess it works for some people.
Did you do that?
Other people's. The week.
Did you end up doing
No, we
that?
didn't end up doing that.
Because he didn't want to.
Yeah, and then he got old enough to just make his own decisions.
Right. Well, and then he got his driver's license,
and
right?
it was like,
go where
anything goes now. Right.
Yeah. How old are they? Both boys?
My son is 15 and my daughter's 14. I know our next parenting situation is the driver's license, because it's like, well, whose car insurance is he going to be on? And like I said, we split everything. So it's like, how are those payments going to work out? I mean, it's not equal. Like, I'm not like, oh, I took them on vacation, so you now have to take them on vacation. It's things like sports camps, or like my daughter's in a play, like a big medical thing or bill or something, like that's what we would split.
Do
like
you guys have like a set schedule for vacations? Like, I had them this Thanksgiving, you have them next Thanksgiving.
No, we've never done that. I mean, I know in the divorce decree, like we have that. The only issue it ever came up was like, so we've done every Christmas together since the divorce, but I'm from Pennsylvania and I wanted to spend one Christmas back in Pennsylvania with my family. And it was kind of like, well, we always do Christmas together or whatever. But I'm like, look, like in all of the years, like I literally, since my kids have been alive, like we've never done a Christmas. Like you can survive one. And I personally don't even want to travel during Christmas again. But we're also talking about like all of us going to Hawaii to do a mele kalikimaka, because that's where my ex is from. So, which is why I was just with my ex-in-laws.
Okay.
So nice.
That is so nice.
So nice.
I know. It's not a bad place to have your in-laws.
Yeah. Right. And then you get to go back and visit.
Actually, what am I saying? We've been separated from each other. I mean, we're divorced, but it's been almost 15 years.
Oh, wow.
So it's been a long time, but we've had Christmases together in Hawaii where he's there with his significant, and I'm there with mine,
kids.
and and it's been fine.
That's so nice that you guys can do that.
It actually worked out nicely.
Yeah, I'm still striving for that. We'll see. Well, hopefully we'll get there.
But do you feel like you have gotten over the resentment of the situation?
I don't know that I can get into my whole situation, but the truth is I love a nice relationship. I have no resentment.
Well, you're probably way happier now,
and yeah, it's a little more complicated than that, but like I'm hopeful that we can all get there one day, you know?
Yes. So, and your kids are over 18, right? Both of them?
They're 20 and
so they're
24.
adults.
They're adults.
So you really don't even have to deal with it.
No, but there's still stuff.
Like the wedding.
There's still stuff.
Well, yeah, because the kids always need money, right?
Yes, they do. And then you know they'll even have babies one day, and they'll there will be lots of interaction.
Ash's graduation, like my daughter just graduated college less than a month ago, and we were all together in Colorado, including my parents, my ex, his wife, their baby, my husband and I, my son, his significant, like we were all together, and it was one of the best weekends like in my life, because we all were getting along, having so much fun together. Even my parents were so happy to be a part of it. So nothing's better when everybody's getting along.
Yeah. I think just a principle of my life is I don't like any bad juju anywhere. So if there's any sort of weird animosity or like gossip or anything like strange, I like kind of go and be like, can we figure this out because we need to work together? Or
but have you ever come across people that are just kind of like, no, I don't want to, like, there are just some people that like don't.
Yes, and then I just send them.
Want the juju.
I just do the ho'oponopono. Them.
Do you know the ho'oponopono?
I'm a big journaler, so I just like journal. Like to any difficult person, I'm just like sending them light.
Send them good energy.
It's worked so many times where like it's literally magic. Where
it's where you say,
it's such good energy.
I know, it's where you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. And you just like imagine the person, or however the ritual works for you.
I mean, it's crazy. Like I've had like a contractor situation with my Airbnb. I had like a neighbor who was like being super nasty. Like, and so in cases like that, or even like I got like scammed $2,000 in a Zelle thing by a scammer, and I'd asked all the right questions, whatever. And so like I just rage on the page and
rage on the page. That's a good one.
Yeah, I set my phone timer. For any like weird, like gross, depressing, anxiety feeling I have, I set my phone timer for 20 minutes. I get out my journal and I just like write, like the first thing's always like, oh, like I hate this person, or like I'm so mad, like this sucks. And then it's like I feel, where is this coming from? Like, okay, I feel rejected or whatnot. And then it's like, what is my part in this? What am I learning from this? What do I want from this? And then if it is a person that I don't like, I'm like, I hope they have a happy marriage. I hope they find work. I hope they like have a great relationship, yada yada yada. And then I come back to it's like praying for them, or and then I always come back to gratitude. But I have seen several situations in my life turn around where all of a sudden like the neighbors like text me, he's like, I'm moving, and then it was like, oh great, and then like all of a sudden like the contractor comes around and finishes the job, or like just the resentment in general like goes away.
It's like you change your energy and then the energy changes.
Exactly. Well, then it's like that in any relationship, especially in divorce. Like,
all right, I'm gonna work with the ho'oponopono a little more with my
energy. It changes the dynamic between two people.
Right. Wayne Dyer said, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's
that's such a good one.
I mean, I guarantee, like, if you were like, because if you were to journal to your ex-husband, for example, I guarantee, like, even if he didn't change, you would feel some sort of lift. Like, it's for you. All that self-help work that I do is for me. It's not really for the other person.
No, but
like, even me, like, being like, oh, I hope you have happiness. Like, secretly, I'm like, okay, I want you to be good so that you'll be good to me. Because hurt people.
Right.
And so it works. It's magic.
Wow. Obviously, you've done, like, amazing work on yourself.
I mean,
and,
with starting with getting sober, it's been a 16-year self-help. I have 101 self-help, like, Audible books.
Yeah.
That we met in a little self-help group.
We did.
The $1 Billion Club.
We did. So, yeah, we were a part of this $1 billion club, which is
and I feel
Tell
like
me about it.
it's
well, I feel like the whole first year it was kind of like studying self-help authors. So it was like Bob Proctor, Tony Robbins, and then you would kind of get like the cliff notes on all the things they do. Like we watched The Secret.
Yeah, like YouTube, we'd watch like YouTube videos
Yeah.
on things, or like listen to a book on tape or read the book.
Were you in the group first, or
I think we kind of started at the same time.
I mean, was it?
So this is actually the real story of how we met. We yes, it wasn't a $1 billion club, but I recognized you because
we dated the
same guy, and he had mentioned, I guess you dated him first.
I dated him first,
which obviously he doesn't have a type because, except that we're both fabulous. But like,
totally.
I mean, could we look more different? I love it. And so. He had mentioned your name to me, so I of course looked you up, and then when I saw you at the $1 billion club, I was like, oh my god, did you date blah blah blah, and she was like, yes, and then we were like, oh my god, and then we became friends.
Super grateful that didn't work out, by the way.
Exactly.
And I have an amazing husband now, and he's a great stepfather.
Yes, and
I was going to ask something about that.
Oh.
Does he have kids, and does your ex have stepkids?
No. So they are not having kids, and my husband now did not have kids. So I think that works great with the dynamic. Yeah, I mean, every situation is different, but it's part of my love story divorce, right?
So wait,
and we're not having kids.
How long have you been remarried?
5 years, but together for 8. He's sober as well.
Amazing.
And
you told me, I remember you told me at one of the yoga moments that like all of your friends from AA all met through like the program.
Oh yeah, a lot of people meet in 12-step meetings.
Good to know for people that are in that.
They're doing it. Yeah, just not when they're too new. So I think I had like 9 years and he had 16 when we got together.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. That's such like a good thing to have to like bond.
Yeah, and like the kid, by the way, like with my sister wife, I never asked them about what's going on. I know nothing of their relationship. She knows nothing of what went down or anything like that. I did write a book. I can give a shout out about being sober, and like with the divorce chapter, like I did not even say anything about my ex, and that's nice. And that's kind of how like I controlled. I mean, I remember early on I controlled the message, and I was just like, we're getting divorced. There was no third party, because everybody wants to assume that. So
just want to know everything. They want to know your business.
They do. Oh, who wanted the divorce? Did somebody cheat? Like, is that,
they want to know that. So
everybody,
And that's the thing about just like in general, it's like own your story. And if you believe it, like I believe sobriety is cool. Like I'm not going to drink for me. So I don't care what you do.
By the way, it seems to be becoming like even more cool these days with everybody. So
trendsetter. Hopefully more love story divorces can happen. But I hear very toxic situationships out there, and it's just like, gosh, why can't they just do it for the kids? Like, get over yourself, do it for the kids.
Such good advice.
People get stuck in their
heads,
and they get stuck in their own way,
and they haven't done like the inner work.
Right. Well, I do have something that I want to point out. So when I was like debating the whole situation, and I know he was debating this situation too, by the way. So he accepted it. Yeah. Like it was for the best that we split up. And I think that him and his wife now are a way better match, and my husband and I are a way better match. But when I was doing research, I remember coming across this article, and it said like the 10 things you need to know you're considering a divorce. And it said like your husband is going to date other people and have sex with other people, and there are going to be other women around your kids, and like it could be financial strain, all this stuff.
Don't be shocked when it happens.
Right. Basically. And so like I just am a person that like if I make a decision, which I made that decision, then I can't go back and be like, oh, but you're gonna date someone else. Like you know that going into it. So think about that.
It's funny. It's true, and I feel like I almost stayed in my marriage as long as I did, because like the thought of another woman coming in and like being there with my children was like very hard for me for a lot of reasons. And so but then I guess things work themselves out.
And I do, like, sometimes I feel like my...
Alyssa. Just kidding.
My husband, he has the breakthrough and the ringers.
All right. That happened to me in yoga the other day, by the way.
Sometimes I feel like my daughter likes her stepmom more.
Oh, I
try not to get in that insecurity, and that's just me projecting onto the situation. Like, is that true? Is it 100% true? Like,
it's not
the $1 billion club. And there's also like different phases of the kids. Like 13 is definitely my least favorite year. So,
well, I think a stepmom can be more like a friend and fun, and you can, and like, listen, every stepmom is different, and every step-parent is different, but like, it's like, oh, you're not going to do this, I'm going to go to that one. The kids sometimes do that. Right. I don't.
Yeah, well, and I think there just is like always a weird mother-daughter tension.
Definitely.
Even like I love my mom to death, but it's still there from, they, like, my mom criticized me. I know my daughter. I really try not to, but my daughter still thinks I criticize her.
Are brutal. You and I are both on the other side of it, but I will tell you, my daughter went to boarding school. Like, it was brutal, and she's fabulous, and she's my best friend. She's 22, and she's incredible.
They come back around.
That's it.
Yeah.
They're going through their own, like, confusion and
we're
stuff.
just so attached
to
the hips. It's great. But I just think, and by the way, my mother couldn't wait to get rid of me when I left for college. She said from 13 to 18, I was the biggest nightmare. And all the other mothers at the airport were like crying when their kids were leaving. And my mom was like, bye. And then
That's funny.
And then 4 years later, I totally full 180 and we became best friends. So
that's great.
There's hope.
Well, like our $1 billion coach Amanda would say, like, sometimes I have to remember, just keep it simple. Like, your main goal is to like feed them, clothe them, get them to school, keep them alive, send them on their way.
By the way, I used to tell my kids that, and during the hard years, I used to say, when they were so rude and dismissive and sassy, and I used to say, you know what? I'll make sure you have dinner on the table. I'll make sure you have clothes on your back. I'll make sure to get you to school. That's it. Don't ask me for a ride. Don't ask me for $20. Don't even look in my direction until you change your attitude. Because, like, right now, you need me more than I need you.
That's it. I feel like
I'm taking care of you.
Yeah.
Show some respect.
We also like live in a town where like everybody, I just feel like everyone is so enabling their kids, and everybody's doing everything.
Have so much money
and yeah, and like it's
I dropped the F-bomb today. I was like, get that F down here, we gotta go. Because
it's like boundaries.
The thing is, it's like, you were supposed to pack last night, and I woke you up like 5 times already, and you got back in bed, and you're gonna be late.
It's like I think some of us are so afraid to like put the boundaries down, but if you don't, I think the kids actually like appreciate the boundary. They need it.
Boundaries. They need the structure, and
they don't realize it now, but they appreciate it.
Respect. They need to like, and they're not. The only way they're going to learn it is if you put boundaries down.
But like people are afraid if they, we're in such a people pleaser era.
Well, another thing, what you're about to say is people are so afraid
that if they like
kids, but especially in divorced families, it's like
oh
if
no,
you're hard on your kids, and they're gonna run to the other parent. That's also like a fear that goes on,
Yep, it is.
I don't have that, which is good.
No,
I've never had.
I know a couple of people who have had that, where like they're like, okay, I'm just gonna go. Okay, you said no to that. I'm gonna go to dad. And then it's like, okay, no, I'll give it to you. But that's a hard one.
We try to
you're lucky that
be like have joint, because like my daughter really wanted her nose pierced, and my ex-husband and his wife were like, no, and I was like, well, I don't care. I had my nose pierced twice when I was like 19 or whatever.
Right.
So we made the case for her to do it, and she got it done. It's not the end of the world.
Right.
But there's compromise. It was like, well, he was like, I just don't want her to end up with those big ear holes, and like, so I was like, you get one on your face, one piercing on your face until you're 18. That's it. It cannot be a ring, and it can only be a small little diamond. So that's what she got.
And she's happy with it.
And I just show her birth certificate and all that. So,
Oh my gosh,
yes,
okay.
I was the cool mom.
All right. Okay, and you've been married, you said, for how long?
We just had our 5-year anniversary. Yeah.
Nice.
Time flies.
So what would you, like, is there anything you would tell to people out there, like, about, I mean, you've said so much, but, like, was it, like, how was even dating for you, and then, like, finding your man again?
I will say, because, like, my ex and his wife did get married, like, maybe in, like, 2018. So, but they had been together 6 months out from when we split up. So I do, in the 4 years before I met Jim, I was, like, really lonely, and I was in a little apartment because I moved out, and I knew, like, they were in the house together, and like I knew, like, she was making this, like, Zen den area. And so what I did was like one day I will have a big house again. One day I will make a Zen den. And I did end up naming my cabin the Zen den and have a little Zen den space. So, and she's like, hey, I made that up, because that was like her name for the room. And so I just kept being like, I am happier, like, in my little space right now. And one day, I'll find
work, like, you talk to yourself.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely lonely times, and of course dating nightmare stories and all of that, but like I actually didn't have a lot of dating history before meeting my ex-husband, which maybe was like a disservice to me, because then that's when we're young.
I met one at 18, so I did not have any in my 20s.
Yeah, I went from relationship to 12-year relationship. And then I think, like, with having, like, 50 some bad dates over 4 years or whatever, not all the way with all 50, but, like, having each date, you're like, okay, I don't want that. And then you
learn from each
and then when you find your person,
yeah,
you realize how special you are, and you're like, I definitely don't want to do that again, but I know, like, I've got a good one. I'm going to preserve this relationship, and it's a completely different relationship.
Do you feel like you grew in each little relationship you had post-divorce, or like learned more about yourself even, or
yeah, I mean, and I do wonder, like, if it's like a lot of things come down to timing, like, who knows, like, if I had met him at another time, like, we're different, but it doesn't matter, because whatever happened.
Well, and it's like what Amanda also says is, how do you know it's supposed to happen? Because it happened.
Yeah. Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So I try not to have, like, any regrets. And now another thing that I'm kind of dealing with, like, because and I have to remember, like, we got divorced, so I'm not going to ditch my kids to go be a news anchor in another state, which I very well could be doing. And so I'm, like, kind of frustrated with my own job situation. So I could have, even where I'm from, Philadelphia, like, I could go anchor there or other places, but I'm not gonna leave them. So it's like, I've made the decision, we're staying here for the next 4 years until they graduate, and then when they're in college and really don't want to have anything to do with me, then I can go back to work like that if I want to. But out of the 4 of us, like, I now have the most time to, like, and of course this morning I was, like, trying to get my daughter signed up for this geometry camp and making sure she's enrolled in high school, and no one's freaking calling me back. There's, and it's just like
so much.
And they need her immunizations records and, like, and the report card.
You're doing the mom job right now. Right. Not doing.
Yeah, but I'm glad I am, because if I was in a full-time position right now, then all 4 of us would be very, very busy. And so I am the one that, like, can go to the basketball games, and
which is, it's so important. And, like, there will be.
They'll look back on it. I mean, it can be frustrating now when I get the attitude and stuff, and it's like, no thank yous ever, but, like, hopefully one day.
Happy in the
I mean, I know I look back, like, I feel like having kids makes you realize what your parents did for you.
Exactly. It really does. And you're also making me think of, like, I'm 57 and I'm like restarting my fashion brand right now, which is, and you're younger, and it's like, I feel like there's going to be, like, a whole other life for you, and I do.
Right, like once you got but didn't that kind of happen when the kids left?
When the kids left, it was like, okay, now what am I going to do?
Well, there's different chapters of your life. Like, you can keep reinventing yourself. Like your entire life. People reinvent themselves in their 70s and 80s.
It's true.
Like, you can,
like now it's like
okay.
age. I mean, we're like all aging backwards. So
That's right. I mean, I'm still on my first base.
exactly.
I'm not opposed to getting a second one down the road.
Anyway,
yeah,
so funny. Yeah.
But it's like, it's kind of fun to know that it's like, this is what I'm doing the mom stuff for the next 4 years. And then I think that's why we want to move back east, to just kind of like have a new chapter. I've been out here since 99, and I mean, I'm hoping that the kids will be in college.
They will.
But who knows? This generation, it's like,
are
they just
some of them are opting out, or
are going to live with us forever?
Well, the cost of living, it's pretty insane. So
it does things.
But
seem like
what you got to do is live with like 6 roommates, right?
Yeah, but they don't want to do that because they're living so nice with us,
True.
So.
Well, then they're gonna have to pay rent or something.
Exactly.
Something.
You don't have any living with you, do you?
I know, my son's home from college now.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
But that's okay.
it's okay.
College
of course.
breaks.
Of course.
College breaks okay still.
Is he staying with you all summer, or is he going back?
He's going to go back east a little.
He's going to go back.
Yeah.
And you
Back
have to
to
visit them in New York.
I know.
That's
It's nice.
fun.
I know.
Yeah.
But, I'm at the point where it's like time to figure out what I'm going to do. Like with both kids mostly on the East Coast and most of my family on the East Coast, it's like, okay, I moved out here from my husband's job, and like I've been here for 21 years now, and it's like,
so you might be going back
what
east.
is my next phase? We'll see.
You'll see.
We'll see where life goes.
If you look at life that way, it's like, who am I going to meet today? What am I going to learn today? Who am I going to help today? How much fun are we going to have today?
I don't know what's going to happen a minute from now.
No, I mean, I'm just grateful to be alive at the end of the day, especially working in news and seeing all the horrific things that happen all the time. It's like, I just want to, a lot of times I'm like, can I just get through the intersection without getting like sideswiped? T-boned and
really
killed?
Scary.
Yeah, it really is
scary.
But you also don't want to like be so hermited that you don't leave the house because you're afraid of those things. But
True.
and I love to travel, and I guess
You
there's
do.
always
Wait,
a
you
risk
just
with
came
that.
back
Late last night, which was part of the reason my kids like could not get up this morning because they were around that time zone.
No, but before that, you were in. Where were you?
I was in Asia.
Asia.
Yeah, my past 2 trips have been in Asia.
Okay, wait. Tell us.
And
tell
did
me.
you take the kids with you to Asia, or it was just
No, they don't like. They will go to Philadelphia with my family, and they're like, they're so bougie. They're like, can we not travel anywhere internationally for a while?
Oh my God.
You don't like the long flights. They don't. No,
They don't want to be away from their friends for that long.
Right, they don't want to be away from the friends. We did just discover that if we get the exit row, we get more legroom because my son is 6'3", so he's like, Ma, you got to do it this way from now on. So
wait, did Jim go with you on this trip, or was it a girls' trip?
He's still there.
He's still there.
He went early, and it's funny because tonight he's having dinner with my ex-aunt and uncle-in-law.
Because I think an interesting thing is like,
he lets me travel by myself because
you like to do that. See, I think you guys are very different like that. Like you don't really want to, like you love to travel with John. Like
I traveled.
Like she went to Asia for like a while.
In my first marriage, I traveled all over all the time by myself and with my kids when they were young. I took them everywhere.
Oh, wow.
He was always working, and I was like, well, if I wait for him, we're never going to do it. So I took him skiing, took him Hawaii, took him to visit grandparents in New York, went like all over.
Yeah. Would he come like for like part of it sometimes?
And sometimes no.
Right. That's my mentality now.
Like
you just got to do what you want to do, and like if they want to show up.
I did everything on my own.
Because men can't make decisions, and they think you can just book tickets last minute, and it's like, no, not with 3 kids.
It takes some planning.
And then now, in my new marriage, or this relationship of 10 years, I am so used to doing all these amazing things together, having a partner to do these things with, that last year when I went to go visit my daughter when she was studying in Barcelona and I went by myself, I was like, I had like a nervous stomach traveling internationally alone when I've done that before, but it had just been so long.
You got used to doing it with John.
I got so used to having a companion all the time.
See, I want to explore more just traveling on my own.
See, when I was married, it was like, you do not go anywhere alone.
Oh, okay.
And so now, like for me, for me traveling alone,
Stacy.
for me traveling alone is like, okay, let's go. But I'd love to do it with a partner as well.
As a woman, it's like, how safe do you feel?
Yeah.
In places X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
That's true.
By yourself.
And especially today.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about like being used to doing something with my husband all the time, like out for dinner at night. And then when I go to like meet friends for dinner and it's late, it's nighttime, and I'm like thinking I have to walk to my car and I have to walk like down a dark street. That freaks me out. Just thinking about that.
Yep. Well, that's the state of the world we live in.
Exactly. Well, I just, it's.
But
like,
you asked for advice. I guess just try to keep your side of the street clean, and don't harbor those hatred feelings, because that's how you get cancer.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the other thing.
That's how it comes out.
It's like
good advice. Yeah.
You're just so angry all the time. Like, heal for you, not for them.
I also just want to say one thing that I love about you is your sparkles. Like, I just love that you just do what you love, and like it doesn't matter like what the fashion is or what it is in fashion, but like you love sparkly, anything sparkly.
I keep it real.
You keep
like
it
my
fun and real, and like
Sparkle.
I feel like what do they say, like in your 20s you're trying to like impress everyone else and worried about what other people think, and then in your 30s you're like, okay, I'm good with myself, I don't care like what people think. And then in your 40s, you're like, wait, no one was ever thinking about me in the first place. So I'm
exactly. So let me just do my own thing and what I like.
Yeah, I mean, people are just in their own stories, sadly. So
yeah, they're worried. They're so worried about themselves.
The 4 agreements. If you had one book in life that would help just to master your mind and life experience, is the 4 agreements.
Okay, and what is your book called?
Oh, yes. If you know someone who's going to rehab, or you're sober curious yourself, it's called Tonight at 10, Kicking Booze and Breaking News.
All right.
I like that.
And there is a divorce chapter in there.
Oh, amazing. Great. Well, thank you for joining the D Club today. So fun having you.
I'm going to use that.
Friel, your divorce. I don't know what.
Friel, my love story divorce.
I love it.
Yes, may everyone have a love story divorce one of these days.
That's a beautiful thing.
But yeah, and stigma, it's like, who cares what other people think? Like, you do you.
Exactly.
You take
I love
care
it.
of you. You have to. You have to self-care.
All right.